You're old enough to be her grandpa? Not like us. Okay, like Kendrick Lamar. Reminds me of my own love life. I don't want to think about that. What'd you do? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Diamond and I post about books and I have a lot of opinions about everything. If you're not new, welcome back to today's craziness. As you can tell on the title of today's video, we are ranking book tropes. Now, I've been having this idea to like do this video for a while and it's just like I'm just now getting around to it. So yeah, now we're getting into it. Off topic. Can y'all believe Christmas is in like 10 days? By the time this video comes out, it's probably like in 5. But like, isn't that just crazy? That is so crazy that like time goes by that fast. Anyways, we are going to be ranking bookish tropes. I have the tier list right here. We are about to go through them all. Let's get into it. Okay, starting off with the, what's it called? The tier list, the ranks that we have. First one we have Inject This Into My Veins. This is like, it's so good. I need it in me right now. I need to live this life. Maybe not live the life, but I just need it so bad that it just needs to be me. You know, I need to be one with the trope, okay? Then we have Love It. Now, this doesn't need to be like, we don't need to be joined at the hip, you know, but like it's like I love mac and cheese. Do I need mac and cheese injected into my veins? No, but it is good, you know. Then we have good when done right. Now I already have a feeling this is probably going to be the pregnancy trope, because pregnancy tropes most of the times are like, unless they're done right. I think Out on a Limb was done correctly. I liked that book and it had a pregnancy trope in it. I thought that one was done beautifully. Then we have, I don't really feel in any way about this. It's kind of just mid. If I were to be like, it's okay. Like, you're mid, you know? Then we have Pass. This is like, not for me. It's not mid, because like mid is like, I can handle this. Wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I mean what I said. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. No, wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't even look at the book. You would suggest and be like, oh, I'd be like, what's the tropes? And you'd be like, oh, this, and this. I don't need to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore. No more speaking, no more. Then we have Never Read It, Don't Know It, Perhaps Interested. Now this is like a trope I've never heard, a book I've never read. I would probably be interested into reading if I had the right type of book and it was done correctly, but again, I've never heard of it, never read it, so I can't really speak too much on it. Then we have Never Read It, Don't Know It, and Doubt I'm Interested. This is the exact opposite of the first one, where it's like, I've never heard of it, haven't heard of the book, haven't heard of the trope. I probably won't read the book at all because of the trope. Those are our tiers. You see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm looking at my computer. So let's go. First one we have is Abusive Parents. Now, I read Binding 13 and Keeping 13, so I can read it. I don't necessarily love it because it makes me so sad, but I'm gonna say good when done right, because sometimes they like, some of the mafia books that I have read, like when I first started reading, their parents were like abusive, but it was like to the point where it was just like, it's not realistically abuse. Does that make sense? I don't know. Good when done right. Binding 13 is the only book that I have read that was kind of like that is done right, and I can actually sit down and be like, okay, like this is sad, but like it's believably sad. I don't know if that makes any sense. Then we have Accidental Pregnancy. This is also another one that is good when done right, like I gave an example a while ago. Good when done right. Out on a Limb, I think I read that one, and that one is the only one that I have read with pregnancy trope that I really did like. I'm trying to look at all the books that I have on my shelf right now. So I've only read one I've read 2, and one of them I DNF'd because I didn't like it. But Accidental Pregnancy is good when it is done correctly. Otherwise it's just like, this is butt. Then we have Bad Boy, Good Girl. I don't know if I've read a book like this, so I can't really say anything. I'd probably be interested in it. I don't know if I've read a book like this. Hold on, let me see. Unless you count Crave as like bad boy, because like Jason was bad, I guess you could say. But otherwise, I don't think I've actually read a book like that. So I mean, I'd be interested if y'all have any book recs. Then we have Bad Girl, Good Boy. Again, haven't read it. Now this one I don't really want to read, because why is the girl acting bad and the guy's acting good? That's what's going on here. I don't know. Not personally for me. Yeah. No. Then we have Age Gap. I love an age gap romance. As long as it's not like 50 years, that's concerning. Like, as long as it's like 20, 30, like Birthday Girl, it's done perfectly. I loved the age gap in that. There's another book that I also read that also had another age gap that I did like. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I love age gap personally. Okay, then we have AI and robots. No, I'm not reading robots. Probably will never read robots. I'm not really interested into robots. Anytime I think of AI and robots, it scares me, because then I just think of our future and I'm just like, one day robots probably will take over the world. Have you seen Elon Musk's robots? Kim K had one and it was telling her to go on a run with it. What? How do you know how to run? You're a robot. It makes no sense to me and they terrify me. That's why whenever I talk to AI or like ChatGPT or like anything that has to do with robots, I'm like always using my manners, because I need them to remember that I was one of the nice ones, so they have mercy on me when they take over the world, because girl, No. Ally turned anti-tag. What does that mean? We're gonna look this up. Okay, I'm seeing ally as in like ally, you know? I don't know what that means, so we're just gonna leave that one there. I think ally means ally, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna leave that there because I have no idea what that actually means. Y'all, this is not mine. I did not make this. I found this on the tier list place. They already had it made. It was a slide. Then we have amnesia. Hold on. Isn't it crazy that like I literally read for my YouTube and I can't say certain words? Is the condition characterized to significant loss of memory. I had to make sure it was that because I thought it was Anastasia mask and then you go cronk, you know? So amnesia. I read a book like this. What book was it? God of War. I recently read that one and she like got in an accident and forgot all of her memories. It's okay. I don't have any hard feelings against it. It's just like kind of annoying because like I know what you don't know and you're like arguing with him, but like you used to once upon a time. You're like, oh yes, I would love to go do that with you. And now you're acting all cold and heartless to him and he's just like having to go like through whiplash of your emotions. He's getting the burnt end of the stick basically is what I'm saying. So I'm not really the fan of it. I'll read it, but it's not like I absolutely hate it. Then we have anti-tag turned ally. Again, I'm thinking this is where you're not an ally, turn to an ally. But I don't know, so again, we're just gonna leave that one there. Then we have apocalypse. I don't think I've ever read one with an apocalypse, and I probably would like never read it. I don't like zombies. I don't like aliens. And they kind of scare me. And so do zombies. I can't watch The Walking Dead. It scares me. So probably wouldn't read that. Then we have arranged marriage. I love arranged marriage. King of Wrath. Hello, that was arranged marriage. I loved that book. Speaking of that, my mom recently has read it and she has loved it. She said she liked that one. She loved Dante. So slay. She's reading the rest of the King of Sin series at the moment. Anyways, I liked this one. I love that trope. It's good. Sometimes like the mafia ones, they don't do it right and it's just like, it's just terrible. Like probably should have stayed on Wattpad terrible. But you know, to each of its own. I personally love them. Then we have Avenging Dead Friend or Family. I don't think I've ever read a book like this. I'm gonna just say pass. Again, touchy subject. I would cry probably through the book, but I mean I'll read it, but like wouldn't necessarily like be the most happiest person reading it because like kind of what happens in here also. I'm gonna say I don't have any hard feelings because I don't. Like it's not like a oh my gosh I hate this, but it's not like an oh my gosh I love it, you know? It's kind of just mid. Okay, then we have beautiful main character doesn't know it. What? Huh? What does that mean? Beautiful main character and they don't know it? Like you don't know that you're beautiful. Guess Chloe's wash binding 13 because the whole time, what's her name? Shannon's like, I'm not pretty, I'm not pretty, I'm not pretty, I'm so small. Johnny is like, no, you are beautiful. So I guess beautiful and doesn't know it. I guess that works. I don't really have any hard feelings against this. I don't hate it. I don't not love it. It's kind of just there. That took me a minute to actually figure out and that was kind of sad. Next we have betrayal. I probably wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. I'm being totally honest. I don't think I've ever actually read a book with this. This is making my head hurt. You're making me think of all these sorts of books at the top of my head. Percy Jackson had betrayal. I'm gonna just say pass. It's not like I'm never reading. I just don't know. Maybe I need to read more books with betrayal, but I don't want to be heartbroken. I guess Shatter Me also had betrayal in it. I didn't care for it. I did not hate it, and it's not mid. Then we have Child of MC sequel. Now this one is kind of like James, the one that we're getting for like the Shatter Me series. We're reviewing the version of James. I love it. I get to see that child all grown up after I've grew with him for like the past 7 books. I love that. I love the fact that I get to see him older now and be like, period, James, why are you in jail? And all tatted. What'd you do? Actually, why is he in jail? Like the book starts with him in jail. That's all I know. What did he do to get in jail? Then we have Chosen One. Now, whenever I hear Chosen One, I just think of Star Wars. I don't know if that's personally just me, but I hear Chosen One and I think Star Wars, like Anakin Skywalker. Kind of also reminds me of Violet because I have a theory that she's like one of the dragons. That's just one of my theories. I feel like she's a Chosen One and she can speak to all these dragons. It makes no sense. But like it does make sense because like she was speaking to 2 green dragons. Nobody else, you're not allowed to speak to dragons unless you're one of the dragons. Claw. And then she was also speaking to Sagal. But like technically her and Zayden are like connected so it understands why. But I don't know. I still feel like she's a chosen one. Anyways, my point is I can rock with this. It's mid. It's not like good when done right, you know, but it's not like I love it, but it's not like I hate it, so it's just mid. Then we have billionaire romance. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my god. Oh, I did something. It took me a minute to get it there. I love a billionaire romance. I think the Twisted series, King of Sin series, Elsie Silver. Not really Elsie Silver because like they're all country. Most of the time they're actually all rich. They're like hockey players, rodeo people, so technically they are billionaires if you really think about it. I personally love it. I love it. I love the fact that you can be like, oh, how much was the dress? And she'll be like, it was was 13 grand. I couldn't get it. And he was like, that's Trump's money. Go get it and go buy some more. Okay. You know what I would spend 13 grand on? Probably a car, but then books. I would just go buy books. Forget the dress. I don't need to look pretty if I'm just gonna stay at home and read. I don't need to go out. I don't need to talk to people. I just want to sit at home and read. I don't need that pretty dress. Okay, maybe one, but that's it. Then we have boarding school. I don't think I've ever read a trope with boarding school. I started to read one like A Million Kisses or something like that, and it was like they go to boarding school, but then I stopped reading it. I don't know why I did, but I just stopped reading that book. So I haven't read it. I'd probably be interested in it because again, I started reading that book. I just stopped reading it. I don't know why, but I would be interested in reading that. Then we have body swap. Body swap. The only thing that I could possibly think of body swap would be in Crave. Whenever she turns into like a gargoyle, like later on in the series, she turns into a gargoyle. That's the only time that I can think of body swapping. I can't think of anything. So I would just say pass. I'm not really gonna read it. I don't think I've ever actually read one. Then we have Bodyguard Romance. This is literally the Twisted series. Inject this into my veins. I love Twisted games. Literally got a signed version of it. I love it so much. It is so good. I love any type of bodyguard romance because it's like a forbidden romance, and I love forbidden romances because like period. You make it work even with everybody telling you not to. Period. Then we have Brother's Best Friend Romance. Pause. I gotta think about books here. I haven't read one of these. I'd be interested in reading one. I understand the trope. I like the trope. I like it, but I don't love it, so I guess it would be mid. But I personally haven't read one to be like, yeah, I would rock with that. Unless I'm just slow and there actually is a brother's best friend that I'm just not like thinking of at the top of my head. But I don't think there is, so yeah. Then we have Bully Romance. I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. 10-foot pole. When I tell you bully romance is like bullyism. Bully. Like, have you read My Dark Romeo? He literally bullies her. Although I only read like 5% into the book and then I was like, ew, I'm not reading this. And then I also read some other book that like Heather recommended and she was like, I loved this book. And I was bullied. He literally bullied her and treated her like garbage. And I was just like, you like being treated like this? Oh, and then also this kind of reminds me of Cruel Prince. He literally bullied her and somehow she was like, I love him. What? It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why you want to have somebody put you down even more whenever you're already self-conscious about yourself. Your significant other is supposed to uplift you and bring you up with you. Why are they bringing you down? Clock it. Then we have Crazy Ex. I'm gonna just say pass. I don't necessarily would like read it. I mean, I would read it, but like it's probably definitely not for me. Just like, I don't think I've read anything with a crazy ex. I don't think if I want to read anything with a crazy ex. Then we have MC Dies at the End. I'm gonna say it's mid. Again, I haven't read one like this. I'd probably be interested in reading, so maybe I should put it down at the bottom. Okay, I haven't read one like that. I'd probably be interested because, you know, some days I like to feel some type of pain. Not to the point of like bully romance because that's terrible. But, yeah, I can rock with that. I can rock with that. Coming of age. What? What does that mean? I'm looking up books that are coming of age. Hold on. To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay. Basically, they're just classic books. There needs to be a middle ground because like I may read it, I may not read it, but more so leaning to the I probably won't read it. I've never read one of these except I did read To Kill a Mockingbird and I did like it. So I guess I would read it. It's just gonna take me a lot longer to finish it because I just don't care for those type of books because it doesn't click as easy as like fiction and romance books do. Anyways, so I'd probably read this given the book. So drop some recommendations if y'all have some. Controlling Dystopian Government. Love it. This is basically Shatter Me. This is basically Fourth Wing. This is wait, that's not dystopian. Basically Hunger Games. I love it. I'm a Hunger Games fan till I die. I love Shatter Me. It's so good. So I love that. I don't need it in my veins necessarily, but like it's a good book. Then we have Don't End Up Together. I'm a pass because you mean to tell me I read that 300-page book and for the main characters not to end up together? You telling me I wasted my time to read 300 pages for them not to even be together? Is that what you're telling me? No. Then we have dragons. I love it, clearly. I love dragons. I love all sorts of dragons. Doesn't matter. I literally loved How to Train Your Dragon. I watched that growing up as a kid. I loved it. So like, this is my childhood, basically. Just reading about it grown up now. What the world? Curse Wish Gone Wrong. I don't think I've ever read one of those. I'd probably not really interested to read one of them. Then we have Damsel in Distress. What does that mean? Like, I get what it means. We're going to Goodreads. They have a list. Oh, Twilight. Oh, what the? Damsel in Distress, they have Twilight. So I guess that means I like it because I love Twilight. The more you know. I didn't know that. I'm gonna say good when done right then because Twilight's good. I personally like it. So I guess it's okay. Actually, we're just gonna move it down to mid because at the moment, at the top of my head, I can't think of any books besides Twilight because I just found that out. I can't think of any books that are actually like that. So it's kind of just mid. It's kind of okay. It's not like, oh my gosh, I absolutely hate this, but I don't not love it. You know? Then we have dark-haired, hot main male villain. I said what I said and I don't take it back at all. Anytime I think of this, I just think of Anakin Skywalker. Rafe Cameron. But anyways, that's what I think of and I'm rocking with it. I need them there right here, right now. Then we have dark, mysterious, brooding. What? dark, mysterious, and you're brooding. I'ma say good when done right. It kind of reminds me of like Alex from Twisted Love. It wasn't my favorite, but towards like the rest and everybody else's books, he was really good. But in his own book, I absolutely hated him. I was just like, oh my god, you're so annoying and you're so rude and you're like a jerk, basically, because he was like so just like moody and mysterious, literally mysterious. He has so many mysteries going on with him, it's kind of crazy. We're gonna do dead or missing girl. This is, I want to say good when done right. I've read 2 books that have like a dead or missing girl in them, one being Rock Paper Scissors and one being A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I really loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, really loved Rock Paper Scissors Shoot. I have read some other like thrillers where like when I was younger where like a girl would go missing or there would be like one of us is lying or something like that. Like it was okay, but it wasn't like good to me, I guess you could say. Maybe I need to reread it, I don't know. Then we have Dead Parents. I'm gonna have to pass. If you put it in front of my face, I'll probably read it, but I probably won't enjoy it, so it's probably just gonna be a pass for me. Not that I wouldn't touch it with the 10-foot pole, like I'll read the book, you know, but it's such a sad topic because like then it just like makes me so grateful that like I have both of my parents, because that's so sad. Then we have death threats and murder attempts. What? That's a book trope? Like actually? No, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. No, 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 no. I'm not doing it. No. Then we have diary writing style. This kind of gives me Shatter Me vibes, kind of gives me like Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because like she kind of does diary entries in the beginning of her books. So I'm kind of rocking with this. I'm gonna say good when done right. I think it ends with us had diary entries in it and I was just like, oh, such a bore, I don't care. But you kind of needed them to like understand what was going on in the book. But then we have drunken confessions. I've read books with drunken confessions. I don't have any hatred to them. I don't really care. I'm just like, wow, you look dumb. It's part of the main reason why I'm just like, why would you drink, you know? But I don't have any hatred to it. It's just like, kind of like secondhand embarrassment when it does happen. I'm just like, yeah, keep the alk away from you. Keep it away. Then we have enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers. Hello, I love enemies to lovers. Anyways, I love it. Inject it into my veins right now. I love any book that's really like enemies to lovers, as long as it's fantasy. I don't really like when it's like rivalry, I guess you could say, like actual like real people, like rivalry, like students, I guess, enemies to lovers. I don't care for that. That kind of annoys me actually. Then we have Grumpy Sunshine. I'm gonna say love it, because if you think about it, Heartless from the Elsie Silver books, he was grumpy and she was a sunshine. And I've read other books also where he's like really grumpy and she's the sunshine. Then we have huge height difference. Inject it into my veins. Please, please. I looked up the height of Cassian. Cassian's almost like 7 foot. Compared to me, I am like Mary Poppins compared to him. I am tiny. I'm like an ant. Then we have ex-best friend, BFF to popular mean girl. What? Your ex-BFF to popular mean girl? I guess to all the boys I loved before, they were best friends and then they were popular and she was a mean girl. I don't know. I'm just saying not reading it. I think the only one that I have read is like, again, to all the boys I loved before. Oh yo, we finally made it out the white ones. We're in the grayish ones. Next, we have fairy tale retelling. This is kind of like Hooked. It's like Captain Hook, Peter Pan. It's kind of like that storyline. I've also read some with Beauty and the Beast. What one was Beauty and the Beast? I don't know. I'll put it on the screen. I probably sound crazy right now, but I have read a book where it was Beauty and the Beast retelling. Anyways, I can rock with this. I don't really have any hatred to it. It's kind of like, ooh, cool, my childhood's coming to life, just older. It's kind of how I feel it, because literally I grew up on like fairy tales and stuff. Then we have fake relationships. Good when done right. I've read a bunch of them where it's like we're fake dating and stuff and it's just absolute garbage. And then I've read some of them where like Play Along, Chef's Kiss, Twisted Lies, A Chef's Kiss. But some of them are bad. Just some of them are just like never ever 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 do this again, because it was actually garbage. Then we have, what does this even mean? Femi Fattail MC, or Vamp is a stock character, a mysterious, beautiful, or seductive woman who charms and ensures her lovers. I'm rocking with it. You telling me that like a woman is like taking men down? Period. I love that. I haven't read it. I'd be interested in reading that. Then we have Forbidden Love. I love Forbidden Love. Like I said it a while ago, I like the fact that you get to prove everybody wrong and like, you know, you're not supposed to be together, but it's just like, yes, I'm gonna make it work just for you. I love it. I love it. It's kind of like Twisted Games. They're not supposed to be together, but like they make it work, and it's just like, I want that type of love. I want someone to make it work for me. Then we have Found Family. Inject this into my veins. I love a found family type trope. If you can't notice a theme, found family all right here, found family there. There's Chloe Walsh up there. Definitely found family for sure. Then we have Forced Proximity. I'm gonna say it's mid. It's okay. Probably wouldn't pick it up, you know, but I'm not gonna pass, you know? Then we have Friends to Lovers. I'm gonna have to say pass. I just can't do it. Like, it's not bad and I don't hate it, you know, like where I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but it's not like ideal. I just can't do it. I guess when it's done right. Let me say I guess when it's done right. Because like if you had been with me, it's good. I like that one. Anyways, I guess it's done when it's done right. I can stand it, but like the thought and idea of it, I'm just like nah. Then we have Heist. Is it Heist or Heist? You're on a heist. I think it's Heist. I haven't read a book like this like at all. I don't think. I probably would be like down to read one, but I just haven't read one. And that's all that I can drop on that. And then we have High School. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I just can't. I find everything so immature. Like I tried to read Betting on You, and the girl in the book, I just can't. I can't with her. She annoys me. Like I'll read it, but it's not like one of my favorites, and I guess I've learned my lesson to just not read them, I guess is what I'm basically saying. Then we have Looks Like They Could Kill You is a cinnamon roll. So the Twisted guys, what I'm hearing. I don't have any hatred to this. I don't have any like hard feelings. It's kind of just there. It's kind of mid. Looks like they could they could. And I'm rocking with it. This is saying a lot about my character. Like a lot about it. I love it. I love that like you're dangerous basically. Anakin Skywalker. Maybe that's where all my trauma starts. Then we have I hate everyone but you. No, because low-key, if my man was like I hate everybody but you, like if I'm trying to imagine it in real life, if a guy were to ever tell me that, I'd be like, you hate everyone, even your mom? I'm gonna say pass. I'm gonna say pass. You can have friends. What do you mean you don't have friends? Like I'm your only friend? That's concerning. You don't need to socialize, but at least like have somebody, because then you're gonna be attached to the hip with me and it's like I can't go anywhere. Controlling. If you see where I'm going. Then we have Immortal/Mortal. I'm rocking with this. Again, this is kind of like Twilight. I love Twilight. I love Crave. Then we have Instant Love, Love at First Sight. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I absolutely hate when it's like instant love. I actually hate it. Anytime I read a book that's like that, I'm just like, ugh. You gave in that quickly? Then we have Knife to Throat. Now this is kind of giving Jude and Carden. And I'm a pass. Not really rocking with it. Didn't really care for it. I mean, period. I'm glad that y'all are both trying to kill each other, I guess. But it's not really one of my personal favorites, I guess you could say. Then we have Letter Writing Styles. I actually hate this. I hate it. Maybe that's why I didn't like Divine Rivals, because it has to do with like letters going back and forth to each other. Did not care for it. Don't really care to read a letter. I just don't know. Cause like who realistically writes letters? No, actually, who does actually write letters? I don't think I've ever seen anybody actually write a letter. Then we have Long Lost Royal. I've never read a book like this. Actually, I guess if you consider Twisted Games Long Lost Royal, because technically he's like the Duke, I guess. I'd be into reading one of these, but I've never read anything, so I can't really say anything on this, but yeah. Looks like a cinnamon roll, but you know. This is giving, I don't have any hatred to this. It's kind of giving Josh Chin from the Twisted series, that one guy that he beat up for Jules. It's kind of what it's giving. Josh looks like a cinnamon roll. He literally actually was like going ham on that guy, and Alex was like, okay, dude, pipe down, you're gonna kill him. So like, I'm rocking with it, but I'm not rocking with it. It's kind of just there. I don't think I've read too many books where it's just like, he looks like a cinnamon roll, but he could kill. I don't think I've, oh, I guess Kenji. Looks like a cinnamon roll is one. I'm gonna say pass. I have to have some danger in my life. Again, showing my character here. Personally, I feel like I have to have some danger in my life to be like eventful, for it to be fun. Not like real life, but like in the books, I guess you could say. We have love triangles. I actually hate these. I actually hate love triangles, especially when they're like brother love triangles. I actually hate those the worst. I would not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I hate love triangles in general. You mean to tell me that you have the clearly obvious right answer, and then you have a guy that's hot, but he treats you like poop. Now the guy who's clearly like the right one for you may not look hot, but he treats you right at least. This one treats you like a bum. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And the ones I really can't do is brother love triangles. You mean to tell me you have not one, but two brothers fighting over you, and you go and tear up a whole family because you want to date one and then you don't want to date that one, and then you go to the other, but you're basically family helping. Oh my god. Then we have mafia romance. I love these. Inject this into my veins right now. I love mafia romances. I literally would die for, okay, that's a little too far. I love mafias in general. Now, have I read a good mafia romance? No. Have I read them on Wattpad? Yes. And that's all that I'm saying. Then we have multiple POVs. I love it when it's done right. It's good when it's done right. If it's not done right, then it's kind of just like I'm flipping from one person to the other person to the other person, and I don't know whose point of view I'm in, and it kind of gets annoying and it kind of gets frustrating because then I'm having to like really sit there and think. Sometimes there's too many point of views and it kind of gets a little confusing, and then I'm just lost completely. Like, you've lost me in general. Then we have mutual pining. What does this mean? Okay, I've read none of those. Mutual pining, I would have to say is like they're both wanting each other but like not going for each other, I guess you could say. I don't have any hatred to this. I don't hate it. I don't not love it. It's kind of just there. It's a mid. It's not like my personal favorite. Then we have Magic Academy. I'm rocking with these. I love them. Crave. Hello. This place. hello. Percy Jackson, like, you literally go into the world, like, and it's just like, wow, I'm actually in school for like this place. Like, literally, it's legitness. Then we have makeover. What does this mean? I've never read a book where you have to get a makeover to be pretty for the guest other or good enough for the other person. So I'm gonna say I probably wouldn't read it. It doesn't sound like something I'm into, because like, why do you, like, you're giving me the idea that I have to change myself to be enough for a said person. No, I don't need to change myself. I'm already good enough. Then we have mates. I love mates. I love it. They're basically mates. They're basically mates whether they want to admit it or not. I love mates. It's just like confirms the fact that y'all are meant to be. Then we have meet cute. I'm a pass. I don't really care for them. They're okay. It's not like a big ordeal to me. Then we have minor deception. No, minor description. Like, you get minor descriptions on what's going on. I'm not understanding. We're just gonna leave that there. Then we have miscommunication. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. If I knew that half of this iron flame was going to be miscommunication, I would have banged my head on the wall, not read it, watched a video explaining it, and continued my life. If you can't be mature enough to sit down and talk about what's actually going on and you automatically just assume, skedaddle, get out of here. Like, skedaddle. Then we have misfits, outsider, MC. What does this mean? A misfit is a person who behaves or an attitude sets them apart from the others in an uncomfortable way. What? I'm gonna say I probably won't read this one either, because I have no idea what those are. Unless someone can actually explain what they are in a dumber bound version, because Google made no sense right then. And it probably does actually make sense. It's just going over my head. Then we have multi-generational story. I'm rocking with this. Legacy of the Gods or something like that. Those books are like mom and dad, and then you read up further on and you read about their kids getting a relationship. So you read about mom and dad, and then you read about their family history, and then you go and you read about their kids once they grow up. So I'm rocking with this. I'm rocking with this. I love it. Then we have mysterious new guy. I'd be down to read it, but I don't think I've read a book like this, so I can't really say much on it. But mysterious new guy. I love the fact that they're mysterious. That's about it. But I don't know anything else about that. So next door neighbor romance. I'm gonna say good when done right. This is kind of like If He Had Been With Me, Thousand Boy Kisses. They're good when they're done correctly. I've read some and it's just like, it's not the best. It's not like, you know, Chef's Kiss as much as like it should have been, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't not love it. It's kind of just there. I guess we're gonna move it to mid. One of us saves the other's life. This I feel like is good. It's also going into mid. I think there should be a higher tier. Or like, you're not mid, but you're not like I love it, so you're just I like it. If I had another tier, I would say this is an I like it. I love whenever we're having to risk our lives and then you die and then I have to go save you. No. Was it my favorite trope? No. Do I love it? No. But I do like it, so that gives it extra brownie points, I guess you could say. Then we have opposites attract. Good when done right. Like, to all the boys I loved before, he was Mr. Popular and she was like not. Then we have Hunger Games. She was like crazy mad all the time and he was kind of just like a chill guy. Normal MC paranormal. Don't think I've read a book like that. I'd probably be down to read it. It's kind of giving Twilight, but everybody's a vampire. Or everybody has like something going on. Then we have Not Like Us, Other Girls. Not Like Us. Okay, am I Kendrick Lamar? No. Not Like Other Girls MCs. Literally Pick Me Girl. Literally, oh my gosh, I'm one of the boys. So, no. I'm not rocking with that. They annoy me. It's annoying. Old Warrior Reluctantly Helping MC. I don't really probably care to read a book like that. I've never read a book like that. I don't really care to read one. It kind of sounds like Mulan. No. It wasn't even an old warrior. She took her dad's spot. He was old. So it's kind of giving reverse Mulan. Then we have Omega Verse. I have no idea what that means. I think of Omega and I think of Omega Point from Shatter Me. That's where my head goes. So if that's what it is, I'm rocking with it. But if it's not what it is, then I don't really care to read it. So I don't think that's what it is. So I'm gonna put it in I don't really care to read it. Because I have no idea what that is. Like none at all. Kind of sounds like sci-fi. Not really a sci-fi person. Then we have one bed trope. I love it. But I hate when they're just like, no, I'll sleep on the floor. Get your butt back up into this bed, bruh. Then we have One Horse. It's kind of giving Reckless by Lauren Roberts. There was literally one horse and they both had a ride on it. So I guess I love it. No, I'm gonna say you're mid. I haven't read enough books for it to be I love it or I hate it. And I've only read one, so it's kind of just mid. Then we have One of Us Is Dead. Oh, it's actually like a book. Again, probably won't read. It just sounds very depressing and sad. It's kind of why I've been putting off If Only I Told Her. Then we have One of Us Is Famous. Now, this is good when it's done right. They have some of them, like most of the Twisted books, most of them are famous. So I'm gonna say I love it, but there's some of them that like are just like, ew. Then we have Paranormal. I also love this. I love any type of paranormal book. It doesn't matter if you're a werewolf, if you're a vampire, if you're a snake, if you're a goblin, if you're a gargoyle, if you're a dragon. I love paranormal in general. Then we have Past Trauma. I'm gonna say good when done right, because sometimes your trauma is too much and it's just like, this is very unrealistic trauma. What do you mean? Like the mafia books where it's like, I was shot at 37 times and then I was bombed and then I was kidnapped, and it's just like, girl, nobody wants you that bad. Second chance romance. I'm a pass. I read King Agreed, didn't really like it. I don't understand the point. Like, you had me once and you've messed it up. Why am I gonna give you a second chance? Why? Because in my head, it's just like, you've already had me and you treated me like absolute garbage. So you're probably just gonna treat me like absolute garbage again. What's the point of coming back? I don't get it. Then we have secret relationships. This is kind of like fake dating. I'm gonna say good when done right again, because like, wait, the book I'm reading right now has like secret dating at the moment. I don't think I've read enough books for it to be like, you know, to have my like meter to be like, oh, you're good or you're bad, or you know. But from what I've read so far, they've been good, but I can see where it could go wrong. Then we have the prophecy. What? Oh, so prophecy is like the Bible? I would be down to read that. I just haven't read any like that. Then we have rags to riches. Rags to riches. Rags, riches, rags to riches. Y'all know that song came out like 2020 and was trending all over like TikTok when it just came out. I'm gonna say no hard feelings to this. Like, period. Get your rags and then go to riches. I love the grind. I love the hustle. Period. Yeah, get that money up. Then we have rebellion. This is giving Shatter Me. This is giving Hunger Games. I'm rocking with this. I love it. I love a rebellion. Give me a good rebellion book. Then we have reluctant hero. I don't want to read a book like this. I should know that my hero is always a hero. No, I need to know that my hero is always a hero and he's always going to be a hero and he's always going to do the right thing. That's what makes a hero because they're always doing the right thing. If you have to hesitate to do the right thing, you're not really a hero. You're kind of just a good person that's a bystander. Then we have riches to rags. Oh, Lord. You rich and then you broke. I'm a pass. I don't want to be reminded of myself. I don't want to like get all my money and then be like, wake up one day and it's just all gone. Like, I would hate that. Why do I want to read a book like that? I read to escape. Why would I want to be broke in a book? No, thank you. Then we have right person, wrong time. I don't understand this, but I get it. But I don't. I'm gonna say pass. Because if it's the right person, how is it the wrong time? It makes no sense to me. If you're the right person for me, what makes it the wrong time? I don't get it. Maybe like you need to mature. But even then, it's still like, we can still be friends. You just need to mature. I don't get it. I don't get that trope. If it was the right person, there would be no wrong time, because guess what? They're the right person for you. Then we have rivals to lovers. Again, a while ago I said I would not. I hate these type of books. I hate the school academics. I can't do it. I can't. I've read enough on Wattpad. I think Wattpad ruined the rivals to and lovers books for me. I just can't. Then we have royals. Love it. I want to read about princesses and princes, and I want to be reminded that I'm a princess. I love this type of books. Then we have self-loathing protag. I think this is like a book to help you get better. Have single parent. I love a single parent. I love when it's like single dad romance. That's good. I guess that's my only exception. Then we have tending to wounds. What does this even mean? Half of these, I'm just like, these are tropes. Tending to wounds, I'm gonna just say, haven't read it, not really interested. Then we have treasure hunts and race. This is good when done right. This is basically the whole inheritance game series, literally a treasure hunt, literally a race. And I'm rocking with it to an extent. Towards like the last couple books, I was just like, ugh, this is a drag. These books just keep going, and it was just, I couldn't do it anymore. Then we have slow burn. I'm a pass. I need you to move fast, but not too fast. You know, I don't need to be sitting and reading a 300-page book and you don't hold hands and kiss until the last 50. Then we have soulmates. Inject this into my veins. I wish we actually had soulmates in real life. So, well, I mean, we probably do, but it's like there was a way where we knew where we found our soulmates. Again, along with my theory, I feel like I just haven't found the right one. That's why I'm just like, oh, do they even exist? I'm questioning it, but I feel like once I know, I'll know. And then we have sports romance. I love these. They don't talk about sports. Like, yes, they're like, oh, we're going to this game, but it's not like, oh, I watched him put up 3 points and then he shot at the 2 line and then he made a lit. It's not like that at all. It's just the fact that he plays sports and he's like a sports icon. Then we have spunky comic relief BFF. I love it. This is giving Kenji. This is giving Roddick and Rihanna from this book. This is giving Lucian and Cassian from this. This is like, I love it. And we have strong, sarcastic female character. Again, love it. It's giving Feyre, it's giving Violet. Juliet's not really sarcastic. She's just a strong female. But I'm rocking with it. I love it when a woman's sarcastic and she just like outsmarts everybody. It's just like, yes. You show them that women are on top. You show them. Then we have Summer Fling. I hate these. And it's also kind of sad because like you're just a fling for the summer and you're probably like the best person I'll ever meet, and then bye, I'll never see you again. Although I haven't read a book like this, I guess, so I can say I don't really plan on reading a book about it either. I'll pass. Then we have super sassy protag. What does this mean? Oh, protagonist. Protagonist. Wow. I mean, it took this whole entire thing to figure that out. I'm rocking with it. I love when a woman's sarcastic. I love when she's sassy. I love when she's a girl boss. Then we have teacher student. Good when done right. Some of them are weird and creepy and it's just like, ugh. Then we have yeah, okay. Not too much now. Unrequited. Okay, hold on.
Unrequited.
Unrequited. Yeah, it means not returned. I know what it meant. I just didn't know how to say it. Unrequited love. I hate this. You mean to tell me I love you this much and you're not gonna at least love me back? At least somewhat, slightly? No. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to make any excuses for that. I want to touch up with a 10-foot pole. You mean to tell me I'm reading a book where I don't feel love at all? Reminds me of my own love life. I don't want to think about that. No. Then we have vampires, werewolves. I love it. This is giving Twilight. This is giving Chef's Kiss, paranormal, crave. I love that. I love paranormal stuff. Then we have villains POV. I'm rocking with it. I love it. Actually injected this into my veins. If the villain's anything like Anakin Skywalker, Rafe Cameron, Aaron Warner, because he's a villain, such a villain. Put me in there. Put me in his POV, please. I love it. Oh my gosh, who did it to you? Who did this to you? Trope. Literally injected that into my veins. I love when a man's just like, no, who did this to you? I'm gonna go hunt them. You know, I just love it. It's just like, yes, be possessive, but don't be too possessive where you're controlling. Then it's kind of scary and I don't want it anymore. You understand what I'm saying? You get what? Then we have workplace romance. This is a good one. It's done correctly. I've read a lot of them, again, on Wattpad. I know. I've read a lot of them where they're weird, but there's some where it's like they work at the hospital, like yours truly, and though that one is a workplace and it's good romance. I liked that one. So I guess good one is done correctly. Now this is my ranking of all of the tropes. Some of them I didn't know what they meant, like the ones that are still down there. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. Anyways, we're just gonna be like that. I don't know what they mean, and I don't want to like be rude or like offensive to anybody. And since I don't, so I'm not gonna put them anywhere because I'm pretty sure it means like ally, but I'm not really for sure if it means ally. So we're just kind of rocking with that. So yeah. Anyways, this is my ranking. I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, make sure to do all that YouTube thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I will see you in the next one, and Merry Christmas.